What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a Sultai Mutate deck that actually took me 3-0. I went 3 straight games undefeated, just smacking fools with this deck, and it's mostly because of this Pouncing Shoreshark and the Batra. I know a lot of people, when they think Mutate, they're like, oh, Starrix. But in all actuality, Starrix is nice. Yes, it fills your board. These two, the Pouncing Shoreshark and the Batra, the Dirge Bat, whatever you want to call it, they really suppress your opponent's ability to play creatures, to have a board state whatsoever. So diving into this beautiful deck that we went there for a little while undefeated with, right? We kept playing it, of course, but 3-0 straight victories, 75% win rate so far. 75%, that's insane. So kicking us off down here in the bottom end, we have 4 copies of Gilded Goose, 1 great at ramping you, 2 great at keeping you alive with the food, and 3 it has flying, so whenever you mutate something like a Greathorn or a Gemrazer, it's also going to have flying. So you're going to have a flying, 4/4, 3/4, or whatever. Ranger's Guile is going to act as some protection for your creatures, because obviously we don't have Paradise Druid rotating, which means we don't have that innate hexproof on our creatures, so we need some way to protect it. Next up, we have Stonecoil Serpent. This is great because it's getting all those counters that you're putting onto it whenever it enters, and then because it has counters on it whenever you mutate onto it, it's going to make that mutate creature all the bigger thanks to the Stonecoil, right? And then anytime you do mutate on a Stonecoil, you always want to go over, not under. Just FYI. Baby Godzilla is going to allow us to cycle through our land, so we won't be, flooding too much, or rather the opposite of not drawing enough lands, right? Every time we mutate, or every time we cast a creature that has mutate, then we're going to draw a card and discard a card, which is going to be great. Like I said, cycle out these lands if we don't need them, and cycle 2 lands if we do. Moving us down, we have 2 copies of Heroic Intervention. The reason I have more copies of Ranger's Guile is because I've actually found there's more situations where I just want to protect one creature, and I just want to have that 1 extra mana, because it's real easy to leave your Goose untapped and have that mana for Ranger's Guile than it is to leave your Goose plus 1 mana for Heroic Intervention. So Heroic's nice and all. I actually think Ranger's Guile is a little bit more key in this deck. So those of you that it's like, oh, it's a rare, don't worry, Ranger's Guile is still, it's banging. And you can even replace Heroic Intervention with something like Glint, which gives you more hexproof. Yes, it doesn't protect everything, but it's a lot cheaper. Next up, we have Scavenging Ooze, another creature that can get counters put on it. As we mentioned earlier, that's real good. Another creature that gains its life, that's real good. And it allows us to exile target card from an opponent's graveyard, also from our own if we choose to. But that's great at taking our opponent's Euros and cycling cards and all that good graveyard stuff. Next up, we have 2 copies of Neutralize, because you never want to get into a situation where the opponent's going to Shatter the Sky or going to play a Yugen or whatever, and you just don't have an answer for it, right? So this is for those games that go mid to late game, and you know that they're playing control, and you know they're going to be trying to board wipe or exile or whatever, right? Next up, we have 2 copies of Insatiable Hemophage. Again, more life gaining here, bit of direct damage, and the ability to have Death Touch on a creature. All in all, pretty good. And me personally, I'm a little pushed to be more in this. Now, we don't have 4 copies of Batra, and I don't have 4 copies of Gemrazer, so if you do, play those over the Insatiable Hemophage, but if you don't, Insatiable Hemophage is still a really good mutate target. Dirge Bat gonna allow you to destroy target creature or planeswalker whenever it gets mutated onto. Gemrazer gonna allow you to destroy target artifact or enchantment, which is really good, right? Embercleave is an artifact. The Great Hinge is an artifact. Lucky Clover is an artifact. Mono White right now is running tons of enchantments, things like Daxos and the Lourdes enchantment decks, right? Gemrazer is just, oh, it's key, it's beauty. Migratory Greathorn gonna allow you to mutate and ramp a little bit, right? 3/4 body's okay, but you're really concerned with the ramping there. Pouncing Shoreshark, oh, for an uncommon, this card is so beautiful. It has Flash, mutate for 4, which is less than its actual cost, which is insane. And then it reads, whenever this creature mutates, you may return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. So you're gonna be, obviously, bouncing things with Shoreshark, you're gonna be destroying things with Batra, and if they have enchantment creatures, you're also gonna be destroying things with Gemrazer, which is just nuts, just nutty. And then we only have 2 copies of Starrix, and I'll explain this. You don't actually want to be drawing too many copies of Starrix, so much so that you're not drawing your lower mutates that actually build into getting to your Starrix, right? So max, I would say, is play 3. If you have an extra copy of Dirge Bat, you can take out 2 Insatiable Hemophage, 1 extra Dirge Bat, and then 1 extra Starrix. But again, I don't think you want to be playing 4 Starrix in this list. I think you want to be focusing on the Shoreshark and the Dirge Bat for the large majority. Anyways, As always, I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to watch all the way through so you get the pro tips, you get the daily question, which has been awesome. Everybody's been answering, and it's been a really fun time and a great way for me to interact with y'all on a day-to-day basis and have an actual conversation, right? Every Friday night, we have the F&M podcast come out at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's me, myself, MTG Jeff, and Hello Good Game all coming together and going into that. And then finally, in this upcoming Monday, we have a Zendikar Brew stream. I hope to see you all there. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so be there or be square. That's going to do it for the Deck Tech Breakdown. I hope you enjoy the gameplay coming up. And of course, if you're new here and you want to support the channel, or just in general you want more updates, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I put out videos or put out posts or yada yada yada, right? Anyways, thanks again for all your hard work by supporting the channel, you know, just in watching the videos and smashing that like button. And without further ado, let's hop right into the matches. We'll keep it though. Full. Full. You want any food? Full. I don't know. Anyways, we definitely need to fix these lands. I got a bad habit of making decks and not setting the lands up properly. Anywho, there's Love Struck Beast, which means we are up against a adventure deck. I would love to see some green mana, right? Get the Goose down. Also allow us to get Starrix and of course Gemrazer, which Gemrazer should be good in this matchup given they have Lucky Clovers. Granted, none yet, but future possibilities, future possibilities. They're not gonna play anything. Hey, we hit the green mana. Cool beans. So Starrix costs 5 since we have the Baby Godzilla down. That's next turn if we can hit it. If we can hit it and quit it, that'd be beautiful. Baby Godzilla, go! Can y'all imagine what Baby Godzilla actually sounds like? It's like, yeah. It's probably super cute, you know, not like what I just sounded. I'm assuming Baby Godzilla sounds super cute. I could be wrong, I guess. But... Love Struck Beast. What a beast. So much love, so much beast. Do we discard the land? I think so. Now we got a 6/6 on the board. That's good. That's a defender for the Love Struck. And a 4/3 Pouncing Shoreshark. What? We should not attack, right? That's essentially sacrificing our mutate target. And the fact that we have a Ranger's Guile is really good for us. That means we can protect our Starrix and such from things like a Brazen Borrower if we can just untap. Now, do I want to mutate onto the Starrix or the Pouncing Shoreshark? I guess is the question, right? Because you generally want to be focusing on mutating onto one thing. I guess it's a matter of, do we want to go wide or try to tempo them? We'll see what they play and go based off that judgment, right? We could also just mutate onto the Goose and have a 4/4 in the air. We'll see. Opponents, are they playing mono green? Ram through, taking out the Pouncing Shoreshark. I'm assuming it's mono green then and not the other stuff. So they could have another ram through given they still have the 2 mana, but we have Ranger's Guile, so we should be good in that manner. Although it is going to cost us 2 green mana to get down. Gemrazer, so I think we actually just play a Goose. No, we can play both Geese. Right. Okay, so that's good. And we could actually swing in with our Auspicious Starrix here and trick him with the Ranger's Guile, but I think I'd rather save it, right? I think so. Alright. So our Starrix is still good, even if they use something like a Primal Shadow Spirit. They could be attempting to go for a Shadow Spear onto the Obstruct and then use Ram Through on the next turn. So I don't know that they'll swing in this turn. They are. Let's hope they don't also have a Ranger's Guile, because that'd be pretty bad. They do have something for 1 mana, though. Giant Growth or something along those lines would also be terrible for us. It might just be the Shadow Spear that they can proc, though, right? It is. Cool beans. So we got rid of that pretty easy. We're going to go under with the Gemrazer, obviously. It's not as big stats, but it does give our Starrix the ability to have trample and reach. So under. And let's see what we pull out with our Starrix here, because it's mutated twice now. So we'll also destroy their Shadow Spear, which is just a nice little bonus on the side. Another Starrix coming down and a Gemrazer. That's a pretty beefy board, if I do say so myself, right? Now, since it's mono green, I don't feel bad in the least bit playing down my baby Godzilla and having everything on the field. If they had a shade of white or a shade of black for Eat to Extinction? No. Extinction Event or Shatter the Sky, right? Then I wouldn't be so prime to, but they're about to hate us. They're about to hate us. There goes a Stonecoil. There goes a Ranger's Guile, but it's okay, because we're going to bounce the Stonecoil. Pouncing Shoreshark of our own, take action, next combat. I guess this is just a point to prove with the geese, right? They're down to three little life. Good game at full. Dargle, going to be our next foe. I really want to keep this because we have the Pouncing and the Migratory, so I see it going great places. It's just not there yet, right? Uh-oh. Oh, but that's really good. Super happy about that scavenging news. Are we waiting until turn 3 to play it, though? Probably not, right? Yeah, it's mono white, life gain, aggro, that kind of stuff. We want to get this down ASAP, and then we can Migratory Greathorn onto it, right? Pouncing Shoreshark's 4. We'll hope they don't have Banishing Light or Glass Casket. If they do, sad day for us. If not, we're all good. Glass Casket. Damn you! This is why I semi wanted to wait for turn 3. But with these mono white decks, you never know how greedy they're going to be playing, right? So if you can get ahead and actually get underneath them, all the better. All the better. I think we do go ahead and play the Temple of Deceit, so that way next turn for sure we can play the Migratory Greathorn, and then we can mutate the Gemrazer onto it, and another Gemrazer, I'll take it. We can also cycle the Neutralize here if we want to draw out that Gemrazer sooner, but I think Neutralize better saved. Better saved. So next turn, we are getting down... I think we get down the Greathorn, like I said. So taking 3 here. That's not too bad. We're down to 14. My main concern is next turn, again, not having any mana to protect our Migratory Greathorn. Heliod, oh, that's actually scary as shit. Alright, so let's just plop him down. You know what we should have done actually there? We should have put down a Gemrazer, that way next turn we can play the Pouncing Shoreshark, bounce the Heliod, and destroy Glass Casket. They have 5 Devotion exactly though, so if I do destroy Glass Casket with Gemrazer onto the Migratory Greathorn, Heliod does turn back offline, so that's good. And if they do happen to get down another white source with this one last card they have in hand, then we can just play Pouncing Shoreshark and just bounce Heliod in general, right? They're swinging all in. That's a bit suspicious. It's a bit suspicious. I mean, we're still blocking, right? 3 mana. What do they have for 3 mana? Or maybe they're just going to use Selfless Savior. Oh, no, they're just gaining life. Yeah, and then they'll sacrifice the Selfless to protect the Hollowed. But you also turned Heliod offline for me, so that's good. Saved us 5 damage. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Nice. And another Selfless comes back down, turns Heliod back online. Alrighty. Castle's actually going to enter tap. So, do we want to go for the Gemrazer, kick off Glass Casket? Or do we want to go for Pouncing Shoreshark, bounce Hollowed Priest? If we do bounce Hollowed Priest, they can very easily just play it back. If I destroy Glass Casket, it doesn't actually play down onto anything. With this, we'll have 1 mana left over, but it won't be green mana. With this, we'll have no mana left over. Could also just bounce Heliod, but then they have the Hollowed Priest still coming at us. If I throw this down and destroy Glass Casket, sure, we turn Heliod offline, but Hollowed Priest does remain. So am I bouncing Hollowed Priest? No. I'm mutating here. I'll tell you why, because then we get the Scavenging Ooze that we can also defend with, right? So we go over here so it can deal a little bit extra damage. We don't destroy this because it has indestructible. We destroy this. And a basic land. What do we need? We have 2 blue, we have 2 black, we have the green. Maybe another green so that way we can use Gemrazer and have Ranger's Guile mana available for future reference. So that's pretty good. We got the ooze back. We do have a Gemrazer we could swing in with. Would I rather swing in now? Nah, we're down to 13 life. I think it's best to stay on defense for now. It's mono white, so they're just top decking from here on out pretty much. And don't get me wrong, that top deck could destroy us. You know, we're just gonna have to try to play to our best ability, basically. All I gotta say there. So here we have to block because I'm not taking 10 damage, so we'll block out with the ooze. This will take 5. But now when we use Pouncing Shoreshark, we can destroy the Daxos thanks to our Gemrazer, and we can bounce the Hollowed Priest. So we're putting them a little bit further behind, but that turns off Neutralize. If I just play a Gemrazer onto the Gemrazer, we can destroy Daxos, but that's about it, right? Right. Alright, so I definitely want to get Pouncing Shoreshark down. Let's go 1. We're not going to be able to use Ranger's Guile no matter what, so 2, 3, 4, and then we can save mana for Ranger's Guile. So mutate here. And again, destroy Daxos, bounce Hollowed Priest under. May return target creature, so we're going to return this. We're going to destroy this. I guess we could have returned Heliod, but no, then they still have the 6/6. Right. So turning Heliod offline is what we really want to do. And then more blue mana. We still have mana for Ranger's Guile as well, so we'll bounce that. Cool beans. Now we can swing in, but if they get something like another Daxos, then they can swing back at us, so I can't risk that. I think we'll slowly regain control of the game, but it's gonna take a minute. Oh shit, Bosri, that is... Ooh, that's awful. Really wish I had Neutralize here. really bad. So our Gemrazer kind of dies here, doesn't it? Let's see, if they -2 on the Bosri, swing all in, they get to create 3 1/1s. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
My sand will protect you.
Why though? Why? That doesn't make any sense. You could have -2 and had 1, 2, 7, 10 points of damage coming at me and only have 1 defender. I think we go to 3. Go to 3 and we'll cycle that. A Starrix, that could be really spicy for us. Ooh, and a Batra. Really, really spicy for us. Alright, so if I go for the Batra, we're destroying... we're not destroying anything, right? Alright, so I have to definitely go for the Starrix then, right? Whew. Over. Return Heliod. I guess we actually want that forest there since we're about to shuffle the deck. Well, that's pretty lucky. What are we discarding here? I guess the neutralize. Neutralize is good, but I just want to balance their stuff. Return. I guess we return this, right? Land. Oh, look at all that stuff we got. Now we have a board. Now we have some defenders in our Batra. Only 2 to hard cast it. We don't want the Fabled. Take action. Then we take this big boy Starrix and take out their little boy Basri. And I think we're pretty much back in this game. Not only in it, I think we're gonna in it to win it, kind of thing. Still have 32 cards left. My biggest concern would be milling ourselves at this point, I think. I can make you some emotes if you'd like. Hey, I mean, I'm never gonna tell anybody, no, don't try, you know? Don't get offended if I don't like them, or, you know, if I want some adjustments to them. That's all that I tell people is, you know, I have my own opinions as well, and so if our opinions conflict, don't be angry. I'm just an honest person, so it's you know, I feel it's better to just say what I'm thinking than do that whole little back and forth game or whatever. All right, so mutate here. Bum 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 bum. I mean, I guess we can get rid of the goose. The loose goose. We have to be careful now with 2 Starrix. Under, but that does give our creature flying. Alright, Dargle, they've seen enough. Blindside 97. Don't keep hands like these, okay? I know I am. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. I see the goose is the only reason why I'm like, there's hope, but I'm just a greedy, greedy man, okay? Just a greedy, greedy man. It's another life gain deck? Did somebody play life gain recently? Is there a reason for this? So if I play Migratory Greathorn and grab black mana, I can actually have Castle Lockdown enter untap, but there's no reason behind us doing that specifically, right? I guess, well, no, because this helps us ramp harder, right? Alright, so we want to make sure we're having green mana for the Ranger's Gal. So that's going to be our protection. If we can live through this turn, which it'd have to be a Banishing Light that takes Migratory from us. If they do, we can still play Insatiable. We just won't have any protection on it unless we draw into a land. We'll have to wait and see. I definitely don't want to play Pouncing Shoreshark unless I can get another land and then have Ranger's Guile up. But I think from here on out, we want to pretty much maintain Ranger's Guile until we're in that position where we're just gassing it through them, right? Whew. Alright, no Banishing Light. I'm a happy, happy boy. Happy, happy boy. Oh wait, that is another land that does put us to Starrix range. I'll keep it. And if we mutate this down, we still have the 1 mana for Ranger's Guile. So yeah. Mutate. Oh, you know what? We should have waited on playing that Scry land until after we played this down. So we want this to go under because Greathorn has a better stat line. So what are we grabbing out here? Maybe another blue in case we hit neutralize. We're definitely not swinging in because we have a 3/4 with Death Touch, which means we have a solid defender on our side. Next turn we can play Pouncing and still have mana for Ranger's Guile, or if we happen to hit a land, we can play the Starrix and have mana for Ranger. So we'll just have to see which way it works out. If they go to swing in, we're blocking the Daxos. We're not going to block the Hollowed Priest because we can always bounce Hollowed Priest, so taking a little bit of damage from it won't matter in the end. If we lose our creature, that will matter. So always make sure you're evaluating that properly. You don't just want to be bouncing. You don't just want to be bouncing stuff all willy-nilly, right? Or trying to kill stuff all willy-nilly. You gotta think it out. So there's that Banishing Light we were talking about, and aren't we super happy that we had that Ranger's Guile ready and available? But now that it's out of our hand, we can also play Starrix and not have a huge worry. Do we want Starrix though, or would I rather go ahead and use the Pouncing Shoreshark, bounce the Hollowed Priest, so we're feeling safe? If I do Starrix, they could have another Banishing Light. If they have another Banishing Light, I'm gonna feel bad. If I'm Pouncing, I can bounce Hollowed, gain life. Pouncing also comes in Flash, right? Either way, let's get our Scry on, I think. Goose. A little loosey-goosey. Well, I guess that wasn't the best thing, actually. Tell you what, let's just go for the Starrix. Maybe we'll hit a creature off of it, and if so facto, then we'll have something else to mutate the Shoreshark onto, right? Yeah, we hit a creature there, right? We hit 2 creatures. Alright, well, let's get them. Taking them down to 11, and we have a Pouncing Shoreshark to mutate onto a Pouncing Shoreshark. I love it. Alright, so they are going to take our Auspicious. That's fine, that's fine. We were a little worried about it, but this also means if we get a Gemrazer and we destroy that Banishing Light, we're getting 4 separate creatures back onto the battlefield, which may be even stronger than the Auspicious Starrix itself, so we go for the mutate here. Mutate Arena. We'll discard this. Doesn't matter over or under. Now boop. And boop. Take action. Take action. And free to swing. Free to swing. And we'll just play this little guy down. And we still have mana for a Castle Locthwain, so cool beans. Cool freaking beans, right? Yeah, we still have mana. Alright. This battlefield and enchant permanent can attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Look at the removal from this mono white deck. That is crazy. So let's go ahead and draw the Castle Locthwain. We have plenty of life. Insatiable Hemophage and a Scavenging Ooze. So if I Insatiable onto this, how many mutations do we have? We only have 2, and we don't have anything to bounce. So I think it'd actually be better to go here. They don't have any creatures that we want to exile necessarily, so let's just mutate here, shall we? Discard that. Discard that. Over. That'll deal 1. We can then swing in for 4. We could mutate this down and swing in for a little bit more, but they don't have anything for us to destroy, and we can always save that for flash speed, so I think we should. They're down to 5 life. We have Batra, which is great. Resolve. And resolve. That does gain him 1 life. I forgot about that. Shit, actually gains him 2. That's not good. That is not good. Tell you what, we're just gonna mutate here. Oh no, Starrix! Greathorn I don't really care about, but the Starrix! Starrix is what I care about. Oh, and another Batcher. That could have been it. Either way, we're going 3-0 with Sultai Mutate. Undefeated. It's a champion.